Right, so welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing very, very well. We're not going to mess around today. We're just going to jump straight into the Leeds versus Brighton preview as Leeds hosting the Seagulls at Elland Road. Kind of the Ben White derby. That's what I'm going to call this. Leeds and Brighton having a little bit of a dispute earlier on in the season when we tried to sign Ben White and they were adamant they weren't going to sell to a promotion rival. I don't think that train of thought has aged particularly well. I don't think Ben White is quite the player that he was for us as he is under Brighton. But this is still a massive game and it's one that we have to win. I see this as a 6-pointer. I'm more nervous for this than I was against Spurs because this isn't a free hit for us. This is a direct not relegation, but it's a direct Premier League table rival, and we have to take points off them, and we can't let Brighton close the gap. So there are huge stakes on this game, and we can't take Brighton lightly. Brighton under Graham Potter play some good football. They're very similar to us in a sense. They're very possession based. They're not the greatest at taking their chances and being clinical up front, so that could play in our favour. But they're also not really a Burnley or Newcastle with the 10-man low block. So I think there are going to be goals in this. There are going to be opportunities for both sides to get on the score sheet. And honestly, I see this is going to be such a tight game, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. Anyone thinking that we're going to roll over Brighton, I think are probably in for a bit of a shock on tomorrow. That being said, we should have enough in the squad to overcome Brighton. The good news in the team selection is that Cooper and Diego Llorente are going to be fit to play. So with that news, I expect them to start. I want to see Ayling on the right, Cooper and Llorente in the middle, and then Dallas at left back. And then we know that Calvin Phillips is not going to be available, so I'm kind of torn between Pascal Struijk so either we have Dallas at left back and Struijk kind of in that Calvin Phillips role, kind of shielding the back four, or we put Alioski at left back and Dallas in that kind of middle role. Let me know what you guys would prefer. Leave in the comments what your preferred lineups would be for Brighton. That would be the kind of only major change that I would make, and have the other mainstays in Click, Rafinha, Harrison, Rodrigo and Bamford for the rest of the team. But no, I've been looking forward to this game. What better way to kind of get back at Brighton, I suppose, for the jokes that they made at the start of the season regarding Ben White, than to put them to the sword in a real kind of Beelzebub footballing display. And we need this because we're on a little bit of a poor run, 2 losses in a row with the embarrassing defeat to Crawley. So we need to really kind of find some momentum again into the new year, start picking up these results. It's a winnable game, but it's not one that's going to be easy, and if Leeds aren't at the races, then we will be punished. And Brighton will punish us. They will have the players to do so. Morpay, a danger man up front. Bissouma in the midfield, he's in high demand. I wouldn't be surprised to see him move on from Brighton at the end of the year. March on the wings, Tariq Lamptey if he's fit. I think the good news for this game is that Brighton are riddled with injuries. I think even more so than us. I think Lamptey's not fit to play. There's a couple of others that won't feature. We're not even sure if Ben White's going to be fit to play. So all of those things are going to be in our favour. But this is going to be one of the tougher 6-pointer games that we've played this season. I would say similar in a style to Burnley, how the Burnley game went. If I had to give a score prediction, I'm going to go with a tight 2-1. A tight 2-1. I'm going to go 2 goals from Bamford to give us the win. He really needs a few more goals now. But how badly is our performance going to suffer from the lack of not having Calvin Phillips in the midfield role. We know already this season that when he hasn't featured in the team, we've been on the end of some absolute batterings. The 2 4-1 defeats to Leicester and Crystal Palace. I'm really not sure how, what the best what the best setup or starting lineup is for this game. Whether or not we move Dallas into that role or we play Struijk there. The team, they're going to have to be on it. I don't think we can afford to have, a moment of lack of concentration, or we don't start immediately. We're not on it. Set pieces as well. Brighton are going to be dangerous. They've got tall men at the back. They're going to whip in the crosses. We've got to be alert and on it. And Brighton will punish us if we're not. So we do have to be careful. But don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, this is a game that I 100% believe that we can and we should be winning. We need to be taking 3 points from this fixture. And no two ways about it, really. We're a better side than Brighton. I fully expect Brighton to be relegated this season. I think Fulham will be able to claw themselves out and Brighton will take their place. And, what kind of divine justice that would be, where we'd be able to land Ben White next season for a quarter of the price. But that is going to be it from me. A really, really quick one today. Just going over what I think is going to happen in the Brighton game. The lack of Calvin Phillips is going to be concerning. We've got to make sure that we're not overrun in the midfield. Click and Rodrigo, if they're starting, have to be on their defensive game. They have to be able to get back. They have to be able to stop losing possession. Don't give the ball away cheaply. And we need to be able to dictate that midfield battle and then overrun Brighton on the flanks. That's got to be how we approach this game. But Brighton themselves, riddled with injuries, they are there for the taking. And, we've got to be the team to send them closer to the relegation zone. I haven't been too impressed with Brighton's clinicalness up front. They do play some nice possession football. But I reckon that'll play into our hands, really. I think that's the kind of team that will be able to show the better football against. So, but the lads have got to be on it. They have to be on it from minute one. If we switch off at any point, then Brighton could be in. Brighton could be in, and they have the players, the caliber of players to damage us. So we have to be on it from the start. My prediction is going to be 2-1. I think 2 goals from Bamford will give us the edge. This game is going to be close either way, and I do see them scoring. I've given my lineups: Meslier in goal, Ayling on the right, Cooper, Llorente in the middle, Alioski on the left, Dallas in that holding midfield role, Click and Rodrigo in front of him, Harrison, Rafinha on the flanks, and then Bamford up front. Let me know in the comments what your score predictions are going to be and what your preferred lineups, who you want to see starting tomorrow against Brighton. This is such an important game. It's one that we cannot afford to lose. That's going to be all from me today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, all that good stuff. We are aiming for 1,000 subscribers and we are getting very, very close. So if you are enjoying the Leeds content, please remember to keep on supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. And I can't thank you guys enough for the support that you have shown me so far. Let me know as well if you want to see a match reaction after the game tomorrow. Win or lose, I want to see if you guys want to see my reaction to the match. Thank you very much for watching. That is going to be all from me. And as always, stay safe.